So my name's Tony Clancy. I'm going to talk about some pictures that I took for the Rugby World Cup when it came to the UK in I think 2015. And the pictures I took were around Gloucester, which is one of the cities hosting the game. And as you can see, some of these pictures I was taking were around the match. I didn't take any pictures of the matches themselves, but I took pictures on the events around the streets. There were big public screenings and music events. It was very nice. So it's a nice atmosphere, as you can see, and quite a lot of beer was being drunk, and it was very relaxed. There were fans from Scotland, Ireland, Japan, as well as UK. So, yeah, some of the pictures I'm talking about, I'd say they were just photographed on the streets. Some were people just looking at the camera and enjoying the event. Sometimes there were people absorbed in the event, just watching the games on screens. It's a mixture of different things, just trying to capture the atmosphere of the event, really. So, so let's start talking about this one. This is a picture of a Scottish pipe band. There was quite a lot of Scottish themed events on because the Scottish team were playing. So there's a bagpipe band. This was taken in an indoor venue. And I had to say I had to reject this picture because it was quite a difficult situation. It was in dark. The light wasn't that great. I was using a slightly long lens. So just technically the picture isn't that sharp. I quite like the picture. I like the, if it was sharp, I would really like it. I think it's got nice energy and shows this this band who are great. They were, I think they were the Red Hot Chili Pipers they were called. Really good band. The crowd greatly enjoyed them, and this is not a crop. This is another shot, just a close-up shot. Again, not really sharp enough to use, but quite nice. It shows the band in action. This shot, this is quite a nice shot. This is a Japanese man looking at his phone, walking down the street with his cape flowing. Yeah, it's quite nice. I like it. It gives a feeling of the atmosphere of the event, the good humour, and it's a very relaxed event. I did think when I looked at it that it could be improved with a little bit of cropping. So that's what I did. You can see on this second take, I've just cropped very slightly. I haven't done a lot, but I've just taken out some of the edges. It just tightens it in a bit. I wanted to keep that white cape that he's wearing. I wanted to keep that in it. That gives the picture a nice shape, and obviously his face and the chap behind as well. I didn't want to cut him out, but I just cut out some of the edges to some of the less relevant material around the edges. This shot was a chap, I think he must have been from the UK, I guess, but wearing a Japanese Japanese themed headband. Yeah, again, a nice shot. Quite liked his face. He was absorbed in reading some material about the games. Yeah, and the shot again is I like the Scottish and the Japanese flags. I think there was a Scotland Japan match being played, so it's quite nice. But again, it's a little bit loose, the composition. So I just tightened it up a bit, just cut the edges down a bit. It makes the man more prominent in the picture, but I kept the two flags in. That seemed to be an important part of the story. This is a shot I just took on the hoof. Yeah, just one of the crowd really, and I quite like the woman's face in second from the front. The only editing I've done on this one is to lighten her face a little bit. So it's taken at a strange angle, but yeah, to get the slant, I did it deliberately just to get that crowd shape in. And I like this chap. His is just final one to talk about this man's face. I didn't do any cropping on this. I thought it was a great character. I love that grin with the tooth missing. Yeah, it says a lot, I think, about the event. And the only thing I did with this when I edited it was just to slightly lighten it up a bit. Again, I might have slightly overdone it, but I think it does help just to really bring his face out and make it a more interesting picture.